Hi everybody. After a long time, a football video is coming out. As you all know, the Euro 2020 and the Copa America had just concluded last week. So a lot of fans would be eagerly waiting for club football to return, which would be commencing in the second week of August. But not all fans are looking forward to club football. One such fan is an Arsenal fan, and we have today with us Vivek, who has been an Arsenal fan for 10 years. Hi, and welcome to the show, Vivek.
Hi, Vignesh. Good evening. Good afternoon to all the Sportzian fans out there. It's a great opportunity. I look forward to discuss more of my viewpoints in this video.
So Vivek, let's start with how you became an Arsenal fan. Can you share the thought process of that?
Yeah, sure. So it's way back a decade ago, right? Actually, in 2011-12, when I went to Singapore for doing my master's in environmental engineering. So at that point of time, I had roommates who were more of football fans, because previously I used to watch only cricket. So that was the first time in my life I started following football. And likely so, all my roommates had the same thought process. Everyone were Arsenal fans, so they bugged me into supporting Arsenal, and that's how my journey of being an Arsenal fan started. So it was comical, and they were also sharing out more facts that it was that particular time when Mesut Ozil was bought by Arsenal for around 42 million, and there were a lot of social media trolls. Like the Arsenal fans went in a crazy mode. Like they used to say, who is the president of US? It's Mesut Ozil. Who is the prime minister of Australia? It's Mesut Ozil. So it was that kind of a craze that was built during that period. After my master's, I got a job in two places. So wherever I went, there was football fans. I was working in a place called Erode in Tamil Nadu. So even though there were also people who were supporting football, there was one more Chelsea fan and one Man United fan. So we used to watch a lot of football matches during the weekend. So that is how my journey of being an Arsenal fan began.
That's great. Just to give a small background of how I supported Chelsea, my decision was very funny, because I was like probably in sixth grade or seventh grade at that time. All the big teams, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal were the big four at that time, and only Chelsea had the color blue. All the other teams had the red color. So because I like blue more, I started supporting Chelsea, and it's been a great decision for me. Okay, let's move on with Arsenal. Like you said, during the time you started supporting Arsenal, they were a big club. Ozil was one of the marquee signings, and later on Alexis Sanchez, another big name, also came to Arsenal. But from that time, it's been dwindling down. Arsene Wenger was he had to resign after a huge tenure. His successor, Unai Emery, did not face any success. So has Mikel Arteta. Even though Arsenal have won a few FA Cups during that time, it hasn't been a great trend following Wenger's exit. So what do you think about that?
So yeah, so the time I started supporting to till this date, yeah, as you rightly said, Arsenal are in a dwindling scene. There are so many reasons to it. So one particular reason is, so they showed earlier they showed a lot of intention in whether it is a transfer window or whether it is during the game. They showed a lot of intention, but that there was lacking. That was terribly lacking ever since Wenger left. And even when Wenger was in his prime, the Arsenal's motto was to just enter into the Champions League, play some few matches for just for namesake, get thrashed by Bayern Munich in round of 16. And if you see why they lost to such big games was, they don't give a care about their opponents. See, suppose if you are playing against Bayern, you need to keep your best 11. But that was not the case with Arsenal. You know who started playing? Players like Willock, Nketiah, and this Nielsen. So these kind of players playing against a team like Bayern, how can you expect to win? So that was not at all in their momentum. And one more thing was, the team started going slowly once Wenger left. So Wenger, next person was Unai Emery. Unai Emery, he didn't have a good resume actually. The new manager, Mikel Arteta. So why was Mikel Arteta selected? Just because he was Guardiola's assistant. That is actually a crazy thing to do. So can you just announce Mukesh Ambani's executive assistant as the next CEO of Reliance? How comical would that be? That's exactly what happened. Problem is, he changed the complete structure of the Arsenal football team. What was earlier, I won't say it is a good successful thing. 4-2-3-1 was somewhat a mediocre established a success that was going on. But this guy changed completely. 3-4-3, Mourinho strategy, parking the bus. So if you compare, this is Arsenal's journey. What happened? Other clubs, what they have done, they have either invested so much. Like Chelsea, one thing, even though I was an Arsenal fan, and I really appreciate about Chelsea is because they always have the hunt to win. Now they have won Champions League. Still, he's not keeping quiet. Abramovich has told his boys not to keep quiet. Go all out for Haaland. That is how the mentality, the winning mentality should be. That is not the case with Arsenal. They're sleeping. They're really sleeping. No, Tavares is a buy, recent buy. Now, who is next in the list is Albert Sangi Lokonga. Have you heard of these names before? Definitely not me. But everyone has heard about Haaland. Everyone knows Achraf Hakimi. See how other teams are scouting and see how Arsenal is scouting players. That is one mistake. Second thing is encouragement. Coming to encouragement, one, I really appreciated Leicester's fairy tale in that season. Claudio Ranieri buys pizza for every victory of Leicester City in that season. Have you seen a manager buying a pizza? Have you seen a manager buying a cupcake? That is how you should motivate your players. It's not about money. It's just not about money. It's about the motivation you need to give. Selling your best players to rivalry is the most dumbest thing I've ever seen. Van Persie going to United. On the other hand, if you see, Chelsea always keeps its best players and retains only rejects. So if there is an industry, rejects go to a disposal facility. So Chelsea is the industry and Arsenal is the disposal facility. Rejects like Willian and Lewis come to Arsenal for disposal. That is how you should do as a club. You have to send your worst players, but Arsenal are selling their best players. Van Persie is an example. Here, Giroud to Chelsea is another example. Samir Nasri to City is an example.
A decade ago, Arsenal were famous for always finishing fourth. They were trolled because they were called Forcenal because they were always finishing fourth. But at least during this time, a lot of Arsenal fans will definitely take the finishing in top four. It started from finishing fourth, then it went to finishing fifth, and playing in Europa League every year. Now, not even the Europa League is there for Arsenal. That is the state of Arsenal. So, how does an Arsenal fan, accept that?
It's a good question. So what I would say is, sacking Arsene Wenger was a good choice because he didn't win anything, but at least he was taking the team to Champions League. Going to Champions League, getting thrashed by Bayern or Barcelona in round of 16 is a different story. But he was not. But he was at least taking to the Champions League. So we were proud that Arsenal is one of the teams in Europe who have consecutively gone into Champions League, I think, for more than 15 or 20 years. One is the biggest mistake what they made was in the transfer market. Arsenal is the shittiest side. Now, if you see, they are negotiating for players for 8 million to 10 million, where Chelsea and City are speaking somewhere in the range of 150 to 200. That is one. So quality is out. Second thing is about the formation, as I told. Changing a formation strategy, it's not going to help. And players and red cards. Just because Arsenal is wearing red, they like red everywhere and they get red cards. No yellow, direct red. Saka is an example. So many examples. So if you see, there is no hierarchy, and I don't think what the owner is doing. See, if there is an issue, the topmost person of the organization should take responsibility. But I am not seeing Kroenke giving any interviews or anything on how should be done. Nothing.
So, is there light at the end of this tunnel? I mean, we are speaking about buying players, but Arsenal are producing good quality youth. You have Bukayo Saka, you have Emil Smith Rowe, for example. Both of them have been brilliant. Saka has been exceptional in the Euro as well. So, is that a likely solution for Arsenal's crisis?
Honestly, I would say as an Arsenal fan, I want Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe to be in the team. But on a personal thing, I really wish them to play somewhere else because they are budding players. They are hardly 22, 23. They have another 10 years of football left in them. They should utilize it in playing competitive games in Champions League and Europa League. Not sitting. If they stay at Arsenal, they will play only Premier League because Arsenal is not even in Europa League now. So I really wish a better future for them elsewhere else. I want to see them playing Champions League. They are that kind of talents, and Tierney.
So the final question I want to ask you, do you regret the decision you took 10 years back to support Arsenal?
Honestly, on a scale of 10, I would say 100. That's because, see, when I first started supporting Arsenal, it was because of my roommates who brainwashed me into getting into this club. But I didn't do an analysis at that time. What is the kind of club structure, how it should have been. Just because 5 people were saying, and they were watching football for 5 to 10 years prior to that. So I took their words, but later on, it's a life lesson. It's not only a lesson for me, it's a life lesson. Before you start supporting anything, analyze the pros and cons. It's just like buying a share in a share market. You have to analyze the company before buying. After that, you can't repent. Arsenal have lost it. Their DNA has been completely transplanted. They have done transplantation twice. Initially, winning gold in Premier League. Second thing is qualifying into Champions League. Now, they are going towards championship.
To all the new football fans out there, if you want to support a new team, do see our Sportzian's SWOT analysis on each of the top 6 Premier League teams and decide for yourself which team to support. Thanks, Vivek. It was nice talking to you. I really empathize with you and all the other Arsenal fans. But all the best to all the Arsenal fans. May God give you the strength to support this team. And with that note, I want to say thank you to the viewers. Do like, share, and subscribe to Sportzian, and we'll see you in the next video.